Team DeathNote is now on Patreon. Follow us to unlock exclusive content and watch videos that we release for up to 1 or more days earlier than on YouTube, with unique tiers such as Namekian Race, Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan Elite, Godly Heroes, and Godly Villains. Click the link on the description down below. Now back to the video. Yo, what up, guys? It's Gabi from Team DeathNote, TDN, back at it again. We're over here with a Vegito going all in Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. There's been a couple of people asking about this deck profile. I've been seeing online that nobody has a deck profile of this. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But so far, I haven't seen one yet. Shout out to one of our sponsors. He is a patron to Carl Has Got Wood. And let's get to this deck profile right here. So basically, Vegito, on his front side, he's a 10k body. He has the ability that every time he attacks one of your opponent's leader, you get to draw a card. When you're at 4 life or less, you can flip this guy over and you untap 2 energies. And he has the permanent. On the other side, he's a 15k body, saying that during your turn, if your opponent has no battle cards in his battle area, this card gains plus 5,000 power and double strike. And then the auto saying that when this card attacks, you draw 1 card. Then if your opponent has 2 or less battle cards, this card gains plus 5,000 power until the duration of the turn. So basically, if your opponent has no cards, he's a 20k double strike. If he has 2 or less, he's just a 20k single strike. But if he has none on the field, he becomes a 25k body double strike. And I see that a lot of people are not really paying attention to him. And I'm going to show you how to run this deck. I'm not saying that he's a tier 1 deck, of course not. But if you want to survive in the current meta that we are currently in, with all of these players going aggro, I think that this is the best way to run this deck. So we're going into 4 hidden Awakening KO. She is a 4-drop. She is a removal. She goes out there. You have to KO one of your battle cards. If you do, you get to KO up to a total of 5 or less on your opponent's side of the battle area of battle cards. So basically, like two drops and 1 drop, or 1 5-drop, or 5 1-drops. Tokens they all leave, etc., etc. We are running 3 Saiyan Teamwork Kaba, just because he reduces the KOs in the Caulifla and the deck by a cost of 1 and specific color as well. And also, once he hits the battle area, you check the top 10 cards of your deck for KO or Caulifla and add it to your hand. So he's actually a very good card. We're running 2 Caulifla just because she is a 2-drop. If you have the Kaba out there, she becomes a 1-drop. If you have 2 Kabas out there, she is free. And it's crazy. She's a 20k body for a 2-drop. She has the permanent saying that your battle cards can't be KO'd by your own skill. So basically, if you have her out there and you play a Hidden Awakening KO, you don't have to pop one of your own battle cards to wipe your opponent's side of the field. So that's actually very good. She has the permanent saying that when your battle cards, that your battle cards can be placed in the drop area by your own skills as well. And although when you play this card, you choose 1 card from your life and you add it to your hand. So she becomes a self-awakening card. We are running 3 Determined Super Saiyan Son Gohan, just because this dude right here, once again, you don't want to see battle cards in your opponent's side of the battle area. So he goes out there, he removes anybody, any type of size, except if they have barrier, of course. But he's a great card. On top of that, he has crit, so he becomes kind of annoying. 2 martial arts expert, Tien Shinhan, just because Tien Shinhan, if your opponent tends to stall you out, what you can do is you swing with one of your battle cards, you tap 2 in your combo phase, and you can combo with this guy. He's a 10,000 combo power. Then after the end of the battle, he will hit the your side of the battle area as active mode. Then right there, you can put 1 card in the from your life to the drop, and put 1 card from your life to your hand. So he's basically, you deal yourself 2 damages, and you get to remove any size battle card that your opponent has out there. Then you can awaken this dude, and the 2 that you just finished tapping to combo with him, you can untap it, and then you swing with him and you draw a card and potentially have the 5,000 double strike. So it's crazy. We are running 3 Super Saiyan Gold Tanks because, let's face it, Super Saiyan Gold Tanks is a very good card. You play him out there, he becomes a 3-drop basically because you untap 2 and draw a card, so he's actually very good. 4 of the Trunks Bridge to the Future because he's a 1-drop green. 5k attacker, 5k combo power, 0 combo cost. When you play him out there, you get to check the top 2 cards of your deck for a Saiyan and add it to your hand. And as you can see, there's a lot of Saiyans in the deck, so you can you can potentially fetch out a Kaba, a Caulifla, a Gohan, a Kale himself, or a Super Saiyan Gotenks, which is actually very good. Even your own super combo, because he is a Saiyan as well, which we are running 4, because you know it's 4 super combos. And the card that I added in here as a tech is To Save a Hopeful Future. He is a 4-drop extra cast card. So this extra card is kind of very important in this deck, because let's say on your last turn somebody KO'd your Super Saiyan Gotenks, right? So now you charge 1 if you want to charge. You tap 4 and you search your drop area for 1 battle card size 5 or less green, and you get to play it into your battle area. So basically, tap 4, you get the Super Saiyan Gotenks from your drop to the battle area, and he goes out there, you untap 2 and you draw a card. So basically, for Yu-Gi-Oh terms, he's like a monster reborn, and this card game is crazy because he just revives, and it just costs you 2 to revive the dude. So he can hit the field and you'll draw a card off of it, so that's actually very good. You can also come back with a Gohan and remove one of your opponent's cards. Come back with a Saiyan Kaba and check the top 10 for Kale or Caulifla. Or you can even come back with a Kale and just remove cards from your opponent's side of the field. And there's a lot of different things that you can keep going on in this deck. 2 Mass Saiyans, because like I said, you want to remove all those type of little pesties cards that's on your opponent's side of the field, especially if you're going up against an aggro deck, which basically you should be going up against aggro because the way we have this meta, and he just go out there, he wipes like, you know, like Majin Buu's 3 drops, 2 drops that's out there, tokens as well, they all die, and they get sent to the warp area. So he's actually very good, and he can also be fetched out by this Trunks right here and added to your hand. 4 Bodyguard Legend, because you want to stay alive. So, you know, he goes out there, if your opponent has a battle card on his side of the field and you have no battle card on your side of the field, you can just call out Bodyguard Legend out there for free, and then you can keep on doing your plays, so it's actually very good. 4 Jajirobis, because he is another one of your blockers, plus he is a remover as well. Any type of crazy little King Vegeta ape that's trying to attack you, you just block and you just get rid of the dude because he has revenge. Any type of weird barrier card, this is how you get over barrier in this deck. This dude right here is very crazy. 4 Weak Negates, because like I said, you want to stay alive in order for you to take down your opponent, because it's just so aggressive, it's just ridiculous. Mafuba, another negate in this deck that also gets around barrier. He goes on top of that King Vegeta, that way they all lose barrier, and you can just go in and punish them for that. 4 Sensu Beings, great for defensive and offensive plays, to untap energy as well, and you just keep doing what you're doing. And 3 Jackals in the deck, for you to stay alive and just send those cards right back to your opponent's hand. Overall, I do think that the deck is pretty decent. I'm not saying it's tier 1, but if you're looking for a deck to, you know, actually experiment with, you can experiment with this Vegito leader right here with this little type of combo play. If you guys test it out, let me know how it worked for you guys. I'll be happy to comment right back to you. Another card, if you want to add, you can add like the 4-drop Gohan, the Super Saiyan 2 one, that he searched the deck for Piccolo and places him in your battle area. Which the Piccolo, what he does is he's a blocker. On top of that, at the end of your opponent's turn, he has to dump cards from his hand until he only has 6 remaining. So that's actually a very good choice. But yeah, there's Gabi from Team DeathNote, TDN, and just remember, guys, we said it first. Peace out.
Que lo que es fortuna.